Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Metaphysical Network. My name is Lorraine Jensen, and I am your host. Today, I have the pleasure of interviewing Jennifer Baker. Welcome, Jennifer.
Thank you so much. I'm excited to be here.
Good. I'm excited for you to be here as well. So, Jennifer will be speaking at the Unitarian Fellowship Hall at 595 Townsite Road on June the 5th. And her title is Astrology You, Unlocking the Secrets of Your Birth Chart. Unlocking the Secrets of Your Birth Chart. I'm looking forward to that. We start at 7 p.m. and we ask that you bring a $15 donation. So let me tell you about the Metaphysical Network, and then I'm going to jump right into Jennifer's talk. Metaphysical Network for Conscious Living helps people seeking community, connection, and spiritual development to feel inspired and empowered by providing enlightening experiences through seminars, workshops, podcasts, and conferences. So let's get to the good stuff. I'm going to talk about Jennifer's talk, and then I'm going to ask Jennifer to tell us who she is and how she came to be. So in astrology, a birth chart reveals your character traits, behavioral tendencies, and the overall direction of your life. At the moment of birth, each of us is given a unique and magical chart, a celestial blueprint that defines who we are astrologically. Have you ever wondered why you have certain quirks? Why you talk a lot, feel emotions deeply, love a good debate, or find peace in quiet moments? Those traits aren't random. They're written in the stars. A birth chart reading can offer powerful aha moments and insights that help you better understand yourself and your path. There is so much wisdom to uncover in the journey of discovering who we truly are. Astrology can be a deeply affirming and illuminating guide along the way. Join us as we explore this amazing journey together. Well, Jennifer, tell us who you are and how you came to be here with me today.
First, I want to say thank you. And I love that write-up. It sums it up so much about kind of what we're going to be talking about on June 5th. So for me, I've been in hospitality for 37 years. And I was very, very, very broken at the end of it all. I had a very, very busy restaurant, and yeah, I needed to get out. So I needed to do something different, and I went chemical free. And I started with a company called Young Living and started doing a massage treatment called Raindrop. Through this last 8 years, by doing that and becoming a healer, which I never had any understanding that this would be a journey that I would be on. And then I started getting knowledge in crystals. I went and did 2 levels of Reiki, became an oracle card reader. And it was just interesting because I really didn't know why I was doing it. I knew why I was doing the essential oils. I knew why I was doing Raindrop. Then the other things just kind of, it was almost like this, do Reiki. Okay. Learn about crystals. Okay. And then I just started really developing new skill sets. And it was the oracle cards that got me into the moons. Just started with moons. Then I took a really beginner's astrology course with Yasmin Boland through Hay House. And so I just kind of did that a little bit and dripped on it. And then I just needed more. So I actually took a professional course and became an astrologer 3 years ago. best thing I ever did for understanding myself, understanding my loved ones, and having a little bit more knowledge on about, like you said in the introduction, are there emotions that I'm not wasn't 100% aware why they had those emotions. So it was a beautiful, beautiful way that I gave myself permission to be who I am.
Nice. And so important to be able to give ourselves permission for who we are. Because so many of us spend so much of our lives looking at other people and thinking, oh, if only I could be more like him or her, then
Mhm.
my life would change and I'd be more like him or her. I'm not him or her. I am me, right? What a gift.
What a gift. And again, touching base on that, like I have five brothers, and most of my brothers have been in one profession their whole lives.
Right.
I have just not ever been that individual. Even being in the hospitality industry, I have a 7 years, pretty much 7 years. I would be going off to the next one because it was about learning for me. It wasn't about security or money or anything. It was just like, okay, I'm done now. I need to learn something new. And that is why when I found out that, like, I'm a Gemini rising, and Geminis are all about, they constantly want to learn more things. They're seeking knowledge all the time. And that's how I've just always been that. And I never knew why, because everybody else in my family, they were like, oh, we got to worry about the pension and we got to worry about all this stuff and get the money in the bank. And I was just,
I get it.
and it's, yeah, so that was like, for me, like that was that permission slip when I had a professional reading done for myself. That's when I went, I want to be able to do that for others and let them know that what they are and who they are is amazing. And we're all different. We're all meant to be different.
Mhm.
And one of the ones that I really love doing is birth chart readings for a baby,
Mm.
because then you're giving the parents the understanding that, get ready, this little one has
Yep.
a lot of water.
I love it. I
This
love
one,
it. What a great gift.
it is an
You know, a
amazing.
shower gift instead of a little outfit or a
Mhm.
bag of diapers.
And so here's the other thing. Astrology is extremely overwhelming, and there is a lot. So I started doing really intense readings, and then I was like, no, I'm watching people glaze over. So I started doing mini readings. Let's just let them know enough so that they're not overwhelmed, they're interested, and then they can come back for more, and or I will give them the resources to find the things for themselves.
Okay, so could I go and do this on my own?
uh, of course there's so much stuff on the web, but it is literally like unpeeling an onion, and
Yeah.
you really, really have to stay in it, because first of all you have to learn what your natal chart is, but then as the planets are moving daily, your natal chart is activated completely differently. So,
Right. So who I am today is not who I am tomorrow.
correct, depending on how the planets are changing. So, I believe that astrology can definitely be done on your own. For myself, being a little bit older, my learning isn't as quick as it once was. So, it was really great having a mentor. It was really great having someone be able to say, okay, you're in your Saturn return. And my interesting thing is my Saturn is in Aquarius, and in the 10th house, in Aquarius is ruled by astrology. The 10th house is career. So here I am. I started this journey on my second Saturn return and became an astrologer.
See, like that is way over my head. And I guess it would be the same as me trying to read my own cards right?
Mhm.
I pick a card, I get the book out, try and read what it means, but it means so much more than that. And what I love what you said about yourself in the beginning is that you love to learn.
Yes.
So this is like constantly, constantly
Oh,
learning.
it's non-stop. Like every day I dive into a program that teaches me something new about astrology, and it's predominantly how the moons are moving against different planets. But I'll never be bored, never, because it is perfect for my Gemini.
I love it. I wonder if I have a Gemini. See, now you took my birth date and the time and where I was born, and in seconds, you came up with a paragraph which kind of encompasses who I am.
Mhm.
And I was like, oh, no wonder.
I know. Okay. Well, and it's interesting because when I first read my stuff, which I sent you, I was a little bit like, oh, I don't know. But now that I keep reading it, now I'm like, oh, yes, now I see that. Okay, now right. So, really, the more I learn, the more I'm able to just be a better reader.
Of course.
I'm
Uh,
better to help others that want to learn a little bit more about themselves and
I love it.
or their husbands or kids, or like I did mine for my daughter, my stepdaughter, my stepson, and my husband. And it really changed the way that I know my husband's love language better now.
Yeah.
And I know about my daughter and my stepdaughter really, really well. And so now when things are happening, I don't need to react. I just need
Right.
to let them be.
You just smile and say, look at you being you.
Yeah, and I love you.
Yeah. I was going to ask you a question. Oh, I was going to say you should go on like dating sites before people get on a dating site and say, first thing you ask is their birthday and what time they were born.
Oh, I, I
That would
I
be so cool.
I agree if you know enough about it,
No,
right?
I mean, and come to you and get you to do
Oh,
it for them.
mm-hmm,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that
So,
could be another whole twist on something else that I do.
oh, well, luckily we don't have time to go down that rabbit hole today.
Yes.
Um, so what's going to happen on June the 5th? What are we going to experience that evening?
So first of all, I really want everybody to know um, the element of their sun sign, the element of their moon, and their element of their rising if they know them. And so everybody's going to get 3 pieces of paper. And then we're going to talk about elements. And then we're going to get you to communicate with somebody else that has the same element just to see how different they all are.
Okay.
Let's talk about water. We got Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Well, they're all water elements, but they're extremely different. So it's going to be really great just to have communication with some other people that have the same elements, right? And then from there, we're just gonna communicate through that in the presentation. We're gonna learn a little bit about the houses. We're gonna learn about Mercury retrograde, which is a big talk
Um,
out there. Everybody's all about Mercury retrograde.
yeah, but no one knows what it means. Oh, we're Mercury retrograde. Oh,
Oh my
really?
god. Yeah, right. And so and yeah, and it's I'm going to bring some resources to give to people, some handouts, but also kind of how I started. I'm going to bring some of my astrology books and just the things that instead of taking out big chunks, right, like kind of show the process of how I started, baby steps until wanted to become an astrologer, because it's not that everybody wants to become an astrologer, but there's lots of fun resources like astrology oracle decks, which literally you pull a card, it tells you about that astrology piece, and then
Oh,
gives you a little reading.
you know, I don't know anybody that doesn't like to learn about themselves.
Hmm.
So I, for one, am looking forward to being there that evening.
Yes, I'm excited, right?
Good.
And
And
my friend Tamara will be there, and she's going to be doing the meditation. So that's going to be super exciting. She's a very, very dear friend of mine. I know you've met Tamara. She's just amazing.
yes, wonderful, wonderful. Well, we all look forward to it. I know that. And you have such great energy
Thank
that you
you.
bring wherever you go. And it's just a pleasure to be in your presence. So
Oh,
just for that, I'm coming.
yay! Thank you. I do try um, to maintain a positive attitude because it's the only thing that's getting us through.
Yeah. And then sometimes the reality is for me is that sometimes the moon shows up and I go, this isn't the best day.
Hmm.
And so it's strategizing how to get through that, knowing that it's not necessarily me, but it's how everything is aligning. And I believe that that would be such a freeing
Yeah, permission.
acknowledgement, permission to
Permission.
go, oh yeah, look, the bloody moon again.
Well, and the one thing that I really liked about my course was there's a high road of everything and there's a low road. Okay. So you have to figure out, is it ego based or is it love based? Right. So you can take one situation and be high road on it, and the next time go low road, depending on what's going on.
Right.
Right. So you
Yeah.
just have to recognize it,
Yeah.
journal about it, and just try to do better the next time.
Yeah. It's all consciousness.
Yes.
It's all consciousness. Well, I'm so super excited. I just have one more question, and that is, do you have any upcoming events that you would like to share? Anything that's happening after June the 5th?
So July, I think it's July 16th, we will be back at the Cedar Community Hall for the Summer Witches event.
Okay, I heard the last one was phenomenal.
Phenomenal. Like, if you are a reader or anything in that you really want, like, just reach out and I'll get you Lynn's information, because I know that she will be a bit bigger this time because there'll be more people outside. But it's uncanny how great she does in her markets. Really,
That's
really good.
wonderful. That's
And
wonderful.
then other than that, I'm at the Women's Fest at the end of May, or the West Coast Women's. And then but of course, I mean, if you're wanting a card reading or any of those things, I'm always available. I'm not I'm not doing a lot of 9 to 5 jobs anymore. I'm really being present in my business.
Love it. Love it. And I love you. And I
Thank
say
you.
thank you for being my guest today.
Thank you.
Yeah, super excited. So everybody, please come and join us. And remember that 595 Townsite Road on June the 5th at 7 p.m. We look forward to seeing you there. And remember, we are who we are. Trying to be somebody else just doesn't work.
No,
Thank you, Jennifer.
thank you very much.